how's it going? I'm just out here doing a nature walk in my woods. I got my walking stick. I don't go anywhere without a walking stick. You never know when you're going to need one. So hey, I have a question. I was out here checking out these leaves up here, and I was wondering how they get their green color, and how do they even live in the first place? They're not like us. If I'm hungry, I cook me a steak, or I get a hamburger or a good slice of pizza with some extra cheese on it, maybe some mushrooms. Then if I'm thirsty, I'm going to drink some water, maybe some sweet tea because I'm in the South. But guys, leaves can't do that. How do they grow? Do you know anything about that? Do you have any prior knowledge of photosynthesis? That's a pretty big word. Say it with me. Photosynthesis. Photo means light. Synthesis means to put together. Now, how do plants get bigger? How do trees get bigger? How do they grow? How do they eat? Where do they get the energy to make their own food? Those are really good questions. Now, plants are going to eat through a process called photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is the process in which plants are going to make their own food. Now, a leaf. Look at these leaves over here. All these little plants that are growing. Check this tulip popper out. It looked like this is a really good leaf right here, and this is one that's bit up some, maybe by an animal. So a leaf is going to use energy from the sun to make its own food. Green plants are going to use carbon dioxide, water, sunlight, and chlorophyll to make sugar, which is also called glucose, and oxygen. So carbon dioxide, water, sunlight, and chlorophyll, they're going to produce sugar and oxygen. The sugar's for the plant, the oxygen is for us. Now plants are going to push their roots way, way down deep. Why do they do that? What's the function of a root? It's to soak up water from the ground. Green plants are going to use chlorophyll to produce their food. And their food is also called glucose or sugar. Glucose is the energy source for all cells. Chlorophyll is that green substance in the leaf. It's going to trap that sunlight and give the leaves its beautiful green color. Chlorophyll is a pigment in the leaf. Chlorophyll is not the only pigment in the leaf. Keep that in mind for later. But chlorophyll is the dominant pigment in the leaf. The goal here is to make glucose, which is the energy source for most cells. Chlorophyll, it's going to work to make the transformation for the food. There's a lot of stuff going on in that leaf. It starts when the photons from the sun are going to come down and strike the leaf. The plants are going to spread their leaves to catch that sunlight. It's going to catch the sunlight's energy. The sunlight goes to the chloroplast and into the chlorophyll. Then the chlorophyll gets working. The electrons start moving and meets up with these other really super cool energy molecules. They're going to transform into oxygen and release that oxygen from its leaves for us to breathe. Carbon dioxide out, oxygen in through the tiny pores in the leaves called stomatas. And there you have it, folks. Carbon dioxide in, oxygen out through tiny pores. You got your water coming up from the ground. You got your sunlight coming down. You got your carbon dioxide coming in. The chlorophyll's going to trap the sunlight. Two things out. Push that glucose out for that food, for that plant to grow. Oxygen out so we can breathe. I guess you could tell I get a little bit excited over stuff like this. Let's break into a leaf. You got a leaf right here. Now, if I break into it, I'm not really going to see any chlorophyll just pouring out. But guys, let me tell you something. It's in there working. If you had a microscope, you could put this under a microscope and then you can see the pigments. Well, there you have it on photosynthesis. You got 4 things coming in, 2 things going out. You know what's interesting? Without chlorophyll, would we really even be here? Because if chlorophyll traps the sunlight to produce the glucose for the plants to grow, and then the oxygen is going to be produced to come out for us, then that means we need chlorophyll. How is such a tiny pigment so important to plant life and human life? Think about it. Challenge. Owen challenge right here. Get a piece of paper, get some pencils, get some colored pencils, some crayons. I don't care what you get, just get something cool. Draw me a picture of what you think photosynthesis is. Draw me a plant. Draw me 4 things coming in, 2 things going out. Alright, y'all, well look, I'm going to head on out. I'm going to finish my nature walk. Storms are brewing. The leaves are turning. The atmospheric pressure is brewing for sure. Y'all take care now.